Hey, it's Bob with the Fiesta de la Primavera report for our Isla Fiesta that we had last Saturday night. It was a fantastic time, and we had 226 Isla community members in the house having a great time, enjoying connecting with one another, and of course, raising funds for the Isla PTO. I want to share this video to give you the rundown of how it all went down, as well as what our results were and how you can still be part of Fiesta. I first want to share some gratitude. The entire event was put on by volunteers from throughout the community, parents, teachers, etc. Not only did we have our co-chairs and Jenner and Caitlin running the ship with lots of hands, putting a lot of energy into the event itself, we also had teachers and family members who contributed to the live auction items, the silent auction items, even some fantastic community connection events, some of which are still available for you to pick up. These are the people that were involved at various levels throughout the year putting this event together. So thank you to each and every one of you for playing your part. And if you would like to be involved with next year's Fiesta, I know it's a year away, but it's never too early to start putting your hat into the ring for being involved. And that can be as small as just being part of the prep team or the day of team, but it also goes all the way up to being a Fiesta chair. That position is also available currently for someone who's got the energy and passion and high standards for another great event like we've been putting on for the last couple of years. I also want to spend a moment to thank our fantastic sponsors that you can see here. Most of them are family members within the Isla community. Some are people that we've done business with at some level. I especially want to give a call out to our two gold sponsors, Red Door Resort, as well as Dr. Tron Stockenstrom. Now I want to share just a few thoughts about the impact that the PTO and you as a community have had on Isla over the previous year based on the fundraising that we did in 2024. So first of all, the primary purpose of the PTO's fundraising is to support our language ambassadors. And every year we bring as many as we can to help out the kids in the classrooms, help out the staff, and just be part of the cultural involvement as an IB school. So making sure that we have that ability to do so again in the future is also important and why we hold Fiesta. So I want to acknowledge the LAs that we've had this year. And it was because of your contributions in 2024 that we were able to bring in Nicole from El Salvador. We were able to bring in Chris and Dajan from Colombia. We were able to bring in Antonia, Maria P, Magdalena, and Pasky from Chile. And we were able to bring in Pablo, Maria R, and Jose and you from Spain. Every LA is an investment from the PTO of about $10,000. So it's no small thing that we raise money for. We also have volunteers who get a small stipend as host families. We'll be looking for more of those for the 25-26 school year. We also have TOs and TIAs that support those families and the LAs in various ways through the year. We have an LA family coordinator and team, which is voluntary. And we have an LA faculty advisor and coach that's on staff at Isla. You should know that the money we raise at Fiesta and any of the fundraising we've done throughout the year, we spend. We are a nonprofit. So we take the money that comes in and we make sure it goes to the right places as support for the school. Now, for 25-26, our goal is to have 12 language ambassadors, which brings us an LA for each kindergarten class and then a couple per grade through the rest of the school so that every single student gets to interact and learn from the language ambassadors that come in. But it's not just about the language ambassadors. We have other ways that we use our financial support that you've provided to us in the past and in the future, one of which is helping out our teachers. So we have a new laminator this year, thanks to the fundraising we did last year. Abby, who is part of our Abuelas Brigade, is demonstrating the use of that laminating machine. But we also provide lunches and snacks and different things like that for the staff during conferences and things that go on throughout the year. We also dedicated a good portion of money this year to helping our teachers get that extra reading certification from the READ Act. This OLA curriculum is not cheap, and so we helped out the school with contributions towards that this year. We also provided some field trip support at every grade level, including folks going to Gibbs Farm, to the Works Museum, to the Highland Hills ski trip, lots of activities throughout the year for each of our grades. Of course, we don't just impact our school through finances, we also do so through our time. So giving back this year, we had some involvement from our parents at a local food shelf. We've had parents volunteer to help make the school look better through things like planters in the front entry or helping out at Dia de los Muertos doing hairstyling or face painting. Of course, many of you have done some volunteering by serving lunch in the cafeteria. We have people working the uniform exchange and the lost and found. All of that takes time and energy, and it's really appreciated. We've also had parents come in for career days and teaching the kids more about what's the possibility for their future. Room parents have come in to help with classroom parties and to help with making copies or just adding some extra support into the classroom. And all of that is really appreciated. And it's so great to see so many coming in throughout the year. We also have that Abuelas Brigade I mentioned earlier. They reorganized the art room earlier this year. They went out to the mall and to other places and solicited donations for this year's fiesta. They've done so much to help the community as well. And of course, we share gratitude for them too. We're also building community within the IB principles, like taking care of our school. This is from last year's Earth Day. We got another one coming up next month. This is, of course, helping the kids feel that they not only belong at Isla, but they're responsible for helping Isla be an awesome place to be. We have parent and LA-led extracurricular activities to help our kids learn things beyond just a traditional classroom. We've also been responsible for putting on celebrations throughout the year, like Yahoo Boohoo at the very beginning or Dia de los Muertos in October. Later this year, we'll have end-of-year parties and kindergarten orientations. This year, our community came together to put on our first talent show, again, all with volunteers. Our communities also come together for Isla takeovers, like at the Twins game last year, which we're repeating on April 27th this year, or Great Wolf Lodge, which was 100 of our community coming together for a fantastic day off. We've also had people, of course, hosting language ambassadors in their home, and all of that is put together to make Isla a fantastic place. Now, of course, one of the main reasons you're watching this video is to see how did we do financially with this year's fiesta. I'm happy to report that we exceeded last year's record-breaking totals for our top line number. And last year we did about 88,000. Our PTO treasurer is not ready to give a final number yet, but conservatively, we do expect to be at or above $92,000 for this year's fiesta, which is phenomenal. I hope that you're applauding right now. I hope you're giving yourself a good wahoo, especially if you were part of the event and you enjoyed not just the connection and camaraderie, but you also saw the fantastic fundraising that we did. Now, there are ways for you to still be part of Fiesta this year. There are a few community connection events that are available that have not yet sold out. They're happening either at the end of this month or next month, or maybe even towards the summer. So you can still go to the Fiesta website and book a slot for any of those types of activities. You can also be part of Fiesta by participating in our Fund a Need campaign. So if you remember, we've been talking about language ambassadors this entire time. This is why we got together. We have various community engagement and activities that we fundraise for. But again, the bulk of what we're raising is that 10,000 per LA with a goal of 12 LAs for next year. That is something I'm super excited about. The interview process is already going on. Molly and a few other people, a lot of staff members have been involved in interviewing Amity candidates, have already said yes to a handful of them. And we are looking to have 12 people in the building next year from different countries around the world. So if you weren't able to attend in person at Fiesta, but you still love to contribute to this year's Fund a Need campaign, here's what you can do. First, you're going to think to yourself, what do you feel amazing about giving to the Isla PTO so we can have our fantastic language ambassador program continue to grow, as well as support our teachers, their classrooms, and those field trips and the other things that the PTO puts on. When I asked this of the people attending Fiesta last week, 6% of them came in at the top level of $5,000, which is absolutely amazing. Another 9% came in at $2,500. 12% came in at $1,000. 18% came in at $400. 33% came in at $150, and another 21% came in at $50. And now you have the opportunity to come in as well at a level that you feel comfortable with. So whether it's $50, $400, or $5,000, whatever's right for you, That's what I would love for you to donate to Isla right now. You can make your donation in one of three ways. If you want to pay by credit card because it's the most convenient for you, you can go over to the Fiesta website and you can click the appropriate button for your donation. Please do know that 3.5% of your credit card, if it's Discover, MasterCard, or Visa, will come off the top. Or if you want to cover that fee, you could. If you're paying with American Express, GiveSmart does charge 3.95%. If you pay by Venmo, you can save some of those fees. We'll absorb those. About 1.9% of your donation will be taken out as a fee to Venmo. If you want to avoid fees altogether, then bring in or mail in a check to the PTO mailbox at Isla at the address that you see here. Whichever of these methods makes the most sense to you, we simply ask that you make your donation between now and next Friday before we go out on spring break so that we can wrap up Fiesta with a total that hopefully surpasses $100,000. How amazing would it be for us to be able to hit that benchmark number, celebrate together, and make sure that we can have at least 11, if not 12 LAs for the next year. Now, you might be doing the math and say, how can we do 12 LAs if you raise $100,000? And that's because through Give to the Max, through Dave & Buster's, through restaurant nights, through butter braids, through a few other activities we did earlier this year, we have already surpassed our goal that we needed for at least 10. So we just need that little extra push from those that might not have been able to attend Fiesta to get us to that level that we're comfortable bringing in 12 language ambassadors for next year. And then I want you to save the date of April 16th for our next PTO community meeting. It's an opportunity for you to hear from this year and next year's leaders on our plans for 25-26, to share your input on how we can continue to make this community even better, and to maybe get involved in leadership and different committees that we have available, because we've got some cool things coming up to help more people be involved and be able to spread the load a little bit of all the things that the PTO does across many shoulders instead of on just a handful. Again, my name is Bob Sparkins. Thank you so much for watching this video. And thank you for contributing to our Fund and Need campaign for this year's Fiesta. And thanks for all that you do to help make Isla an amazing place for you and your kids. I'll see you around the pickup zone or at our next event. And of course, at the PTO meeting on April 16th. Bye for now.